Today was the most hyped up FOMC meeting I have ever seen. And what did we get? Nothing. It was a nothing burger. In fact, Papa Powell delivered us coal for Christmas with a nice dump on the 4-hour chart. So people are, of course, very upset about this, kind of thrown off. They thought that no matter what the Fed did, it was going to be bullish. But, well, it didn't turn out to be the case. In fact, the crowd was wrong this time, and people are, of course, panicking. Though, when you're in doubt, you got to zoom out. And what I see for Bitcoin is that we are still within a potential parabola, right? If you look at the parabolic diagram, Bitcoin could go sideways until end of April and still remain within a parabola. This is what people don't understand. And this is what I was saying in my last video. When people talk about parabolas, people think that that means straight line up with no pullbacks. In the last video, we made it very clear that you can see huge pullbacks in the middle of a parabola. The point is that you maintain a parabolic curve. So the price could actually go sideways until April and then go up again. So we could spend literally over a month doing nothing, almost nothing, even more downside, while still going parabolic. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the larger time frames. I'm saying, wait a minute. We're still in a head and shoulder, an inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right. Bitcoin broke the neckline of the head and shoulders pattern. This is a bullish breakout. We have a low, a higher low, a high, a higher high, higher lows and higher highs with the breakout of the inverse head and shoulders, still within parabolic structure, potentially, which could send us sideways until April. But if Bitcoin can remain above this neckline, this zone right here where these candle bodies closed on the weekly and where these wick highs are, as long as we maintain this, guys, we hold this zone and bounce and create the next higher low, things can remain extremely bullish. When does this become invalidated? Well, if Bitcoin pulls back on the weekly, gets a lower high, and breaks below 24,300, the candle body close zone on the weekly. If you're analyzing this from the weekly perspective, a close below 24,300 would be extremely bearish, right? So if we get lower highs and a breakdown, this is when the entire bullish narrative gets thrown out the window. But as long as we're holding these zones right here, and let's say we can bounce off at 25,200, we can bounce off at 24,300. If we do that, we are literally forming a parabola. So with that in mind, guys, you have to remember to zoom out. Despite the short-term action, I'm really not all that worried about this. I think we can still set up for something big for Bitcoin. Check this out, guys. This is the Twitter post I just made. And if you compare it side by side, you can see without a doubt that Bitcoin still has the potential to go parabolic. What is parabolic? Well, parabolic just means that the next low is not on a linear line. So what parabolic means is that we're just not riding an uptrend line, a linear uptrend line. The lows are becoming steeper and steeper. So you can see there's actually a lot of room here for us to be forming a parabola. If we found a low sooner rather than later, we would be going very parabolic. It could take us until, April or May, and we could still be forming a parabola. So in my mind, I'm really not too worried about this action. I know everyone wanted everything to happen all at once. People were talking about $1 million Bitcoin in 90 days, which is just ridiculous. I don't know why people actually entertain that idea. I guess it's just a fun concept. But guys, markets take time. Things take time. Just sit back, let it play out. As long as we're holding the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders, in my opinion, we're doing fine. So until then, until the bulls literally just fail to hold this and break down, I'm still looking at this as what it is, an uptrend. And we just have to sit back and wait to see what happens next. Just like this area here, where the price came up and we go from, 25,000 all the way down to below 20,000. People said it's over, and then we rally. Same thing can happen here again. It's over, and then we rally. So just wanted to hop on, give you guys some clarity on how I see things, and also join Patreon if you want extra content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.